Back in 2002, a movie about a deadly virus, an underground lab, and one woman's fight for survival changed action horror forever. Resident Evil wasn't just another video game adaptation, it was a cultural explosion. Stylish, intense, and terrifyingly cool, it introduced audiences to the unforgettable Alice, a hero unlike any other, and launched one of the most successful sci-fi horror franchises in movie history. It gave us high-tech zombies, ruthless corporations, and a cast of fierce, unforgettable faces. But behind the umbrella logo and the laser-filled hallways, the real-life journeys of the Resident Evil cast have been even more dramatic, filled with love stories, reinventions, controversies, and transformations worthy of Hollywood legend. So grab your survival gear and brace yourself, because today we're unlocking the hidden files on the stars of Resident Evil, 2002, Then and Now, 2025 edition. And trust me, this one's full of twists, shocks, and glow-ups you won't believe. Let's start with the queen of chaos herself, Milla Jovovich, who became a sci-fi icon as Alice. In 2002, Milla was already known for her ethereal beauty and tough girl charm, a model-turned-actress who dazzled in The Fifth Element and Joan of Arc. But Resident Evil transformed her into an international superstar. Fans couldn't get enough of her sleek combat suits, her effortless cool, and her ability to kick zombie butt while looking runway ready. Behind the scenes, though, there was just as much action. During filming, Milla met director Paul W.S. Anderson, and their chemistry was undeniable. The two fell in love, married in 2009, and built a cinematic empire together. Milla starred in 6 Resident Evil films, each more explosive than the last, while Anderson directed or produced most of them, making them one of Hollywood's most enduring power couples. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Critics mocked the franchise, calling it mindless action. Yet Milla and Paul laughed all the way to the bank. The series grossed over $1.2 billion, making it the most successful video game movie franchise ever. Fast forward to 2025, and Milla Jovovich is still thriving. She's expanded into producing, launched her own fashion collaborations, and starred in Monster Hunter and Netflix's Bionic. Her daughters Ever and Dashiell are following in her footsteps. Ever even played a young Black Widow in Black Widow 2021. Milla's story? Proof that resilience, reinvention, and just a hint of rebellion can build a legacy that never dies. Now let's talk about the brilliant and brooding Michelle Rodriguez, who brought pure fire to the role of Rey Ocampo. In 2002, Michelle was Hollywood's rising rebel, fresh off her breakout in Girl Fight and her tough-as-nails role in The Fast and the Furious. In Resident Evil, she stole every scene with her raw intensity and no-nonsense attitude. Fans adored her. She was the action heroine women admired and men feared. But Michelle's post-Resident Evil journey has been as wild as one of her fight scenes. She became one of the defining faces of the Fast and Furious franchise, a global superstar known for her loyalty, her passion, and yes, her drama. Behind the scenes, though, Michelle's life had some turbulence. There were reports of run-ins with the law, rumored feuds, and controversial comments that often landed her in the headlines. Yet through it all, she stayed unapologetically herself. In her own words, "I'm not here to play nice, I'm here to play real." By 2025, Michelle has evolved from Hollywood's tough girl to a respected veteran. She's been open about self-discovery, identity, and growth. And she's even producing her own films that highlight underrepresented voices. Fierce, fearless, and still unpredictable, she's living proof that survival isn't just a movie plot. Next up, Eric Mabius, who played the ill-fated Matt Addison. In 2002, Eric was the charming newcomer with striking looks and a quiet intensity. His character's tragic arc set the stage for later sequels and left fans wanting more. After Resident Evil, Eric shifted gears from horror to heartfelt. He gained massive popularity as Daniel Meade in Ugly Betty, the suave magazine editor with a conscience, and became a household name in the late 2000s. Then, as Hollywood does, the spotlight faded. Eric transitioned into Hallmark movies, where he found a new audience that adored his warmth and sincerity. In 2025, Eric Mabius is still working steadily, balancing acting with activism. He's passionate about the environment and mental health awareness, and while he may not headline blockbusters anymore, he's carved out a career that's meaningful, consistent, and real. And how could we forget James Purefoy, who originally appeared as Spence Parks, Alice's duplicitous partner, and the man responsible for unleashing the virus that started it all. In 2002, James was the perfect mix of danger and charm. He had the looks of a leading man and the edge of a villain, and Resident Evil gave him his first taste of global recognition. Over the years, he became a mainstay of TV and film, from Rome to The Following and Altered Carbon. Fans loved his ability to shift between hero and villain seamlessly. But off-screen, he's kept things remarkably drama-free, something rare in Hollywood. In 2025, James continues to impress with steady work in British cinema and streaming thrillers. Aging like fine wine, he's embraced his silver fox status, the kind of actor audiences can't take their eyes off of, no matter the role. And then there's Colin Salmon, the commanding one, leader of the doomed commando team. In 2002, Colin brought gravitas to Resident Evil. His calm, commanding presence made him instantly memorable. Fans couldn't stop talking about that laser corridor scene. Yes, the one that still gives everyone chills. After the movie, Colin became a familiar face across film and television, from James Bond to Arrow and Doctor Who. A favorite among genre fans, he's often described as the actor who can elevate any script. Fast forward to 2025, Colin's career is as strong as ever. He's voicing major animated projects, appearing in British dramas, and even performing music. Stylish, sophisticated, and beloved by fans, he's aged into Hollywood's definition of cool. And finally, let's talk about Jason Isaacs, who made a chilling cameo as the mysterious Dr. William Birkin and later voiced the franchise's darker tones. By 2002, Jason was already known for his brilliance in The Patriot and Black Hawk Down. But let's be honest, to millions, he'll forever be Lucius Malfoy from Harry Potter. Still, his involvement in Resident Evil hinted at something deeper, that elegant menace that became his signature. Over the years, Jason has built one of the most respected careers in the business, balancing villainous roles with emotional ones in the OA, Star Trek Discovery, and Mass. Critics call him a chameleon actor. He disappears into every part. In 2025, Isaacs remains one of Hollywood's most admired veterans. Grounded, eloquent, and ever busy, he's proof that class never goes out of style. And that brings us to the legacy of Resident Evil 2002, a movie that critics dismissed, but fans turned into an empire. It launched Milla Jovovich into stardom, gave Michelle Rodriguez her legend status, and opened doors for a wave of game-inspired cinema that still dominates today. From laser traps to red dresses, from horror to heroism, the cast of Resident Evil didn't just survive the outbreak, they thrived in an industry far deadlier than any zombie apocalypse. So, tell me, which journey blew your mind the most? Was it Milla's transformation into a global action icon, Michelle's evolution from rebel to role model, or Eric's reinvention as a TV favorite? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for more Hollywood then and now stories. Because in Hollywood, survival isn't just luck, it's evolution.